Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. In this video I'll be showcasing Leveling Goldsmith from levels 60 to 70 in the MMORPG known as Final Fantasy XIV. Before we begin, we have two sets of shopping lists required for this video. The first set, you'll need to purchase 1 Aurum Regis Nugget, 1 Cloud Mika Whetstone, 1 Grade 1 Intelligence Dissolvent, 1 Hard Silver Ingot, 1 Hard Silver Nugget, 2 Star Rubies, 2 Star Sapphires. And the next two items, because they require Master Tomes in order to craft them, we're going to skip that and just purchase them outright. So you're going to need to purchase 1 Star Sapphire Music Box and a Star Ruby Music Box. But I must warn you, both of these items are pretty pricey, but luckily you only need to buy normal quality versions of these items. Now for this second shopping list, I highly recommend buying high quality materials instead of normal quality, and only buy normal quality if you have melded your armor with a lot of materia, because the crafting rotations for the Lev portion of the video are very difficult. So with that out of the way, we're going to need 6 beech lumber, 6 bombfish spine, 15 carnelian, 30 durium nugget, 15 grade 1 Wisui of strength, 15 high steel ingots, 6 copper nickel nuggets, and 6 dipper stone. Once again, I must reiterate, I highly recommend buying high quality versions of these material. Now before we begin this section of the video, I'm going to show you the gear I used in our previous video. But please keep in mind that you do not need to have any materia melded in this armor if you do not already have it melded already, because this first section of the video will have very easy rotations to accomplish. So here we are in the Goldsmiths Guild in the city of Olda, and we're going to be picking up our level 50 job quest known as Form to the Formless, and you can get this by speaking to Serendipity, the guild master. After that, we're going to head due north to the Goldsmiths Guild Aetheryte Telepoint, and then we're gonna head west down this alleyway, and we're gonna speak to Marcel at the Estamines Aesthetics. Now please remember this location because we're gonna come here multiple times throughout this video. Alright, after that we're gonna head back to the Goldsmiths Guild real quick and speak to Serendipity. After speaking to Serendipity, we'll then have to take the Aetheryte Telepoint and head to the Adventurers Guild. Alright, so now that we've teleported to the Adventurers Guild, we're gonna head up the stairs and through the double doors into the quicksand, and all the way down south speak to Momodi, the quicksand proprietress. After doing so, we're gonna take the Aetheryte Telepoint back to the Goldsmiths Guild and head to Marcel, the Esthalmine Aesthetic. Once there, speak to Marcel to complete the quest. After the cutscene ends, speak to Marcel again and accept the level 53 job quest known as Elegance and Artistry. And after speaking to Marcel, we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. From there, we're going to head due north and speak to Jeweled Peak. And after the conversation ends, we're then going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint back to the Goldsmiths Guild so that we can speak to Marcel. So now that we're here at Marcel, we're going to have to craft a hard silver bangle of casting. Now please make sure you do the correct one. So make sure it's the hard silver bangle of casting. Now we only have to make a normal quality version, so we're just going to quickly craft it. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, and then veneration, and then basic synthesis. And now that we have it crafted, we're going to go ahead and turn it into Marcel to complete the quest. And there we go, hand over. After that, we're going to go ahead and speak to Marcel again to accept the new level 55 quest known as Double Trouble. And then we're going to head to Serendipity at the Goldsmiths Guild. After talking to Serendipity, we're going to have to take a teleport to Ishgard. So we're going to open up our teleport menu, and we're going to select Foundation, and then we're going to teleport straight over there. Once we arrive in Foundation, we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint right in front of us, and we're going to head to the Last Vigil. So Aethernet, then the Last Vigil. Then once we arrive here, we don't have to go too far. As you can see here, we're just going to go south a little bit to Bartolot. So here, now that we're at Bartolot, we're going to hand over this letter from our key items. And after that, we're going to take a teleport to Camp Cloudtop. And then once we get there, we're gonna head due north. So here we are, we're at the Sea of Clouds after taking our teleport to Camp Cloudtop. And we're gonna go a little bit to the left up this ramp and speak to Perry Vane. So now that we're here, we're gonna deliver one of the hard silver ingots that we purchased earlier to Perry Vane. So here we go, we're gonna hand over. And as you can see, it only has to be normal quality. After that, we're gonna teleport back to the city of Ulda and take the Aetheryte telepoint to the Goldsmith Guild so that we can head to Marcel and hand over the sheet music that we just obtained. After that, we're going to go ahead and complete the quest. And then we're going to speak to Marcel again and accept the level 58 job quest known as a Master Class. From there, we're going to head back to Serendipity, the Guildmaster. And after speaking to Serendipity, we're going to head over to Colburno, who is very close by. And then after speaking to him, we're going to craft the Aurum Regis cylinder. So we're going to go ahead and open up our crafting log. And we only have to craft a normal quality one. So here we go, we're going to synthesize, and we're going to start off with muscle memory, then veneration, and then basic synthesis, just to craft it. We don't need to high quality it, so we can do it real quick. After crafting it, we're going to head back to Serendipity and turn it in. So here we are at Serendipity, and hand over the Aurum Regis cylinder. And then after that, we're going to head back to Marcel at the Estamines Aesthetics and complete the quest. Alright, so go ahead and speak to Marcel again and accept the level 60 job quest known as 2 Hearts Beat as 1. But because normally crafting the items needed for this portion of the video would require a Master Recipe 3 book, we're instead just going to use pre-purchased items. So we're going to be turning in a Star Sapphire music box as well as a Star Ruby music box, which we purchased from the market board earlier. So here we go, we're going to go ahead and hand them over. Alright, so after that, we're then going to take the Aetheryte telepoint to the Adventurers Guild. And once there, right when we enter through the double doors, we're going to turn right immediately. And we're going to talk to Still River and turn in the Star Ruby music box. After we hand that over, we're going to turn left a little bit and head due south a very short distance and speak to Jeweled Peak, and from there we're going to deliver the Star Sapphire music box. After that, we're going to return back to Marcel at the Estamines Aesthetics to complete the quest. At this point, you're going to notice that we're well into level 62, which is great, because in the next portion of the video we're going to be crafting some really difficult crafts. So having that little bit of level advantage is really going to help a great deal. Aside from that, we're going to be trying our best to avoid purchasing the level 60 crafting gear because that's actually very expensive. Alright, so we've taken the telepoint to the city of Kogane, and we have to head due northwest just a little bit to get to the Levement. And as you can see here, it's very short distance from the Aetheryte crystal, and we're going to be speaking to Caltrain the Levement and turning into Chantine, which is right next to him. So now I'm going to show you the gear that I used for this leveling bracket. And as you can see here, not much has changed, but we have definitely replaced our waist, as you can see here. But our accessories and our armor are still the same. So just having that waist and that weapon that we upgraded are going to make a very big difference in what we're going to be doing. But please make sure you definitely eat high quality Blood Bulletsay food as well as drink a high quality Cunning Craftsman syrup, because you're gonna need all the CP and all the stats that you can get. So just remember, you do not have to meld as deeply as I have into materia, but you do need to have a minimum of 473 CP, as that's going to be the requirement for the rotations that we're going to be using for this portion of the video. Now as you can see here, even though we're level 62, we're going to be grabbing the level 60 Lev quest known as Wands and Needles. And it's going to have us craft high quality Bombfish needles, and we're going to be crafting 3 at a time per Lev. So we're going to go ahead and put this in our recipe search, Bombfish needle, as you can see here. Now please keep in mind that if you have not melded as deeply as I have, into your gear, then you should definitely use high quality materials because this craft is extremely difficult. Alright, so now we're going to start off with muscle memory, and that's going to give us a large infusion of progress. And then this next step is extremely important. You must use a skill called Final Appraisal. And what that's going to do is no matter how much progress we're going to make, it's always going to end at maximum 1 shy from cap. So we're going to do Veneration and then Basic Synthesis. And now normally this would complete the craft, we would go way over. But because Final Appraisal was there, it safeguarded us and kept us at 1115 out of 1116. So now we're going to use Inner Quiet so that we can build quality. And then we're going to go with Innovation and then Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. And as you can see here, our quality is barely moving, so we're going to have to do this again. But before that, we're going to increase our durability by using Master's Mend. So we're going to go up to 50, as you can see here. And then we're going to do Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. Now, if you didn't use any high quality mats, you'll notice that your quality bar is very far from max. So we're going to have to continue building quality. Now, we're going to go ahead and do Master's Mend now to increase our durability back up to 40. And then we're going to do Innovation, followed by Great Strides. And then we're going to cap off with Fire God's Blessing. And that's going to max out your quality at this point. Then we can end with 1 Basic Synthesis because we only need 1 more progress to get there. Alright, so now we've crafted up high quality Bomb Fist Needle, but we're going to have to repeat this 2 more times. So we're going to do the same rotation that we did earlier, and that's Muscle Memory, Final Appraisal, Veneration, Basic Synthesis. Then we're going to go with Inner Quiet, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Master's Mend, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Master's Mend again, Innovation, Great Strides, Fire God's Blessing, and then ending with Basic Synthesis. Alright, so now that we've crafted our 3 high quality Bomb Fist needles, we're going to go ahead and turn these into Chantine, who should be right next to the Lev mat. So we're going to hand over these 3. So the first one, and then the second one. And as you can see here, we're gaining a lot of EXP. This Lev quest is actually amazing. And alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn in our third one. Here we go. And as you can see here, we're well into 63, so we're going to go ahead and grab this Lev quest again. Remember, it's the level 60 Lev quest known as Wants and Needles. So after we accept this quest, we're going to make 3 more high quality Bomb Fist needles. And we're going to use the same rotation that we used earlier. So remember, Muscle Memory, Final Appraisal, Veneration, Basic Synthesis, Inner Quiet, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Master's Mend, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Master's Mend, Innovation, Great Strides, Fire God's Blessing, and Basic Synthesis. Alright, so now that we've crafted our 3 high quality bomb fist needles, we're going to turn them into Chantine. And after we turn in this first one, you're going to notice we're pretty close to 64. After turning in the second one, it's going to push us over the threshold into 64. And this final one that we're going to turn in is going to get us to about 40% into our level, which is great. Now we have a good buffer zone into level 64. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the gear that we're going to use for this next section of the video. Now please keep in mind that you do not need to meld as deeply as I have, but you will need to have a minimum of 497 CP in order to do the full rotation. Now if you have not melded as deeply as I have, make sure you eat high quality blood bowl safe food as well as high quality craftsman syrup, and supplement with high quality materials. This is very important because this rotation is extremely tight. It's very hard. You must do whatever you can to supplement your quality. So we're going to be accepting a level 64 lev quest known as Hair Raising Actin. And we're going to be crafting 3 high quality durium hairpins of maiming. Make sure that it's the durian hairpin of maiming. Very important. So we're going to go ahead and synthesize this now. And the rotation we're going to use is muscle memory. And that's going to start off our progress with a small amount. And then we're going to do veneration. And after we do veneration, this is very important, we're going to use final appraisal. Now I know you're not going to cap out on progress this time, but we're going to be taking this lev quest all the way up to 70. So eventually you're going to be over leveled and you're going to build a lot of progress. After we do our final appraisal, we're going to do careful synthesis and bring our progress up. Now we're going to switch gears and we're going to work on our quality. So we're going to go with inner quiet. And different than what we normally do, after we've done that, we're going to use waste not 2. And this is very important because we need to save as much durability as possible. So we're going to go ahead and activate that now. And what it's going to do is it's going to half the amount of durability expended per action. Then we're going to do innovation. And we're going to go basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And as you notice, our durability is only dropping by 5 instead of 10 that it normally would do. Then we're going to do innovation again. Then we're going to do basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch. And this is going to bring our durability all the way down to 10. From here, we're going to go ahead and do Master's Mend. And if you still need quality, you're going to then go into innovation and then great strides afterwards. And then we're going to finish off with Byregot's Blessing, and that's going to definitely cap out your quality at this point. So now all we got to do is work on progress. So we're going to now finish off with careful synthesis, and that's going to cap it off. And we're going to successfully craft a high quality durium hairpin of maiming. Now we've crafted one and we still have to craft 2 more. So remember, the rotation is going to be muscle memory, veneration, final appraisal, careful synthesis, inner quiet, waste not 2, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, Master's Mend, innovation, great strides, Byregot's Blessing, and ending off with careful synthesis. Alright, so now that we've crafted our 3 high quality durium hairpins of maiming, we're going to go ahead and turn them into Chantine. And you're going to notice that we're going to gain quite a large amount of EXP, so we're going to be doing this multiple times for the rest of this video. And we'll be repeating this lev quest all the way up until level 70. So as you can see here, turning in our 3rd one, we're already at level 66. So that's quite a large amount of EXP. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. So feel free to either craft more or go to the Levmet and grab the Lev quest. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight into crafting. So here we go. We're going to do the same rotation that we did before. Muscle memory, veneration, final appraisal, careful synthesis, inner quiet, waste not to, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, master's mend, innovation, great strides, by God's blessing, and ending with careful synthesis. Alright, so now that we've already crafted 3 high quality Durium hairpins of maiming, we're going to go ahead and talk to Caltrain the Levmet and grab the level 64 Lev quest known as Hair Raising Action. And since we already crafted them, we're going to immediately speak to Chantine and turn all 3 of them in. And still, even though there's a level 64 Lev quest, we're still gaining quite a large of EXP, getting us directly up until level 67 with quite a large amount of EXP, probably about 55% into the level. And we're going to go ahead and just keep repeating this over and over again. So we're going to grab the level 64 Lev quest again, Hair Raising Action from Caltrain the Levmet. And then we're going to craft our 3 high quality Durium hairpins of maiming. And just like before, we're going to be using the same rotation. Muscle memory, veneration, final appraisal, careful synthesis, inner quiet, waste not to, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, master's mend, innovation, great strides, by God's blessing, and ending with careful synthesis. Alright, so now that we've made 3 more high quality Durium hairpins of maiming, we're going to turn them into Chantine again. And this first one should get us to level 68, but these last 2 still won't get us over to 69, so we're going to have to repeat this Lev quest again. But we are getting close, so here we go. Go ahead and speak to Caltrain again and accept the level 64 Lev quest known as Hair Raising Action. And remember, we're going to be crafting high quality Durium hairpins of maiming, so we're going to be using the same rotation that we've been using for all the previous Durium hairpins of maiming. So we're going to start off with muscle memory, veneration, very importantly, I can't stress this enough, final appraisal, careful synthesis, inner quiet, waste not to, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, innovation, basic touch, standard touch, basic touch, standard touch, master's mend, innovation, great strides, by God's blessing, and careful synthesis. Alright, so now that we've crafted 3 more high quality Durium hairpins of maiming, we're going to turn them into Chanteen just like before. And this should get us to level 69. And this definitely will not get us to level 70. So we're going to have to do one more set of Lev quests. We're going to be very close to level 70, but we're not just there yet. So go ahead and speak to Caltrang the Levmet and go ahead and grab the level 64 Lev quest known as Hair Raising Action. And then just like before, we're going to be repeating the same rotation as we did earlier. The thing is to note though, that just crafting these alone are going to push us over to level 70, okay? So even after you craft them, if you are level 70 before you turn them in, don't bother turning them in because you're only going to get a little bit amount of EXP. Instead, just put them up on the market board and recoup some of your money because these do sell pretty well and they sell very often. Anyways, we're going to be using the same rotation that we were using before. So Muscle Memory, Veneration, Final Appraisal, Careful Synthesis, Inner Quiet, Waste Not 2, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Basic Touch, Standard Touch, Master's Mend, Innovation, Great Strides, Byregot's Blessing, and ending with Careful Synthesis. Alright, so now that we've fully crafted our Durium hairpins of maiming, you're going to notice that I am already level 70. So you don't have to turn these in, but I'm going to show you how much EXP you actually get for turning them in. So notice that we're only going to be getting 3,000 EXP times 2 for each one of these. So the bar is barely going to move. So if you're already level 70 at this point, don't bother turning them in and instead post them on the market board. But if you are level 69, feel free to turn them in and you're going to get a large amount of EXP for them. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider smashing that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe and ring that bell for notifications on future videos that I might be posting. And until next time, take care. Goodbye.